Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to give each and every one of you a very warm welcome. I hope you all have had your lunch, and I hope you're all feeling very energetic for this workshop. So we have a beautiful theme here, focusing on the role and impact of women in the energy industry, and why we believe that they are at the heart of the energy transition. Now, a little about me. My name is Amita, and I lead the customer success team at Wood Mackenzie. I started my journey in the energy sector about 10 years back, and since then I have basically worked with a wide variety of customers, right from energy companies, governments, ministries, embassies, etc. In the last 2 years, in my current role, I have focused on building high-performing teams who are customer-centric, and I also lead the operations for Wood Mackenzie based out of the Delhi office, where we have built a fantastic operational setup right from scratch. So this has been my journey overall. Focusing a little bit more on what we are trying to cover today. So this entire session will explore the critical role women play in India's and global energy sector, highlighting current opportunities and challenges. Now, despite progress, we all know women remain quite underrepresented in the energy sector, particularly in leadership positions. This particular presentation will examine gender-specific hurdles, including biases, inclusive decision making, lack of mentorship, work-life balance, etc. Now, I would also emphasize a lot on the importance of female representation in driving innovation, sustainability, and inclusive decision making overall. This particular session, at the end of it, we would focus on a lot of actionable strategies for overcoming barriers such as targeted recruitment, mentorship programs, and policy changes. Now, moving a little forward, why gender equality is important? Gender equality is becoming increasingly crucial for the energy sector's future, for success and stability. Now, as the industry faces complex challenges and rapid transformations, diverse perspectives and talents are essential for driving innovation and growth. Most of the women workforce remains underrepresented in energy, particularly in leadership roles. Now, we are going to go into statistics in the latest slide, but just to give a high-level overview, we all know that the imbalance that the sector has limits energy sector's ability to tap into a wider talent pool and benefit from diverse problem-solving approaches. A couple of points that you see here around enhanced innovation and problem-solving. Of course, diverse teams would bring in varied perspectives. You can get better at your decision-making by incorporating very diverse views. If you don't have a lot of active women voice in the decision making, definitely you wouldn't be able to build inclusive products or solutions for those markets. Bridging workforce shortage, the Indian sector faces a talent gap, that's for sure. Increasing female representation, participation can help workforce demands overall. Also helps with economic growth. So greater gender diversity contributes to higher GDP. Improve sustainability and ESG compliance. Now, companies with a very diverse leadership are more likely to prioritize sustainable energy solutions, and they are more likely to achieve them as well. Enhance corporate reputation. Organizations promoting gender diversity improve their brand image, attracting investors, talents, and customers who value inclusivity. And Then we have inclusive policies, customer-centric approach. Of course, when we have more women involved in the energy sector, it helps in designing solutions, like I said before, that better address the needs of the diverse consumer groups. And finally, global competitiveness. A diverse workforce positions Indian energy firms as globally very competitive. So, to achieve these meaningful progress, energy companies must prioritize gender diversity through a lot of targeted recruitment approaches, mentorship programs. By embracing diversity, we can really unlock the full potential and successfully navigate the challenges of evolving global energy landscape. Next, we'll just look at some numbers here. So the numbers that you see here, let's really focus on them. Globally, women remain significantly underrepresented. In specific areas like field operations, on-site operational roles, especially in remote locations, that have historically low female representation due to perceived safety concerns, work-life balance challenges. We also have massive underrepresentation in entrepreneurship and startup, wherein women-led energy startups receive significantly less funding than their male counterparts, limiting innovation potential in emerging energy technologies. Even in board memberships, we see a massive gap. Despite improvements, women hold on to 20% of board seats on the top 200 global energy companies, falling short of gender balance targets. Leadership roles, in all leadership roles, women occupy only 14% of senior management positions in the global energy sector. This lacks representation at the top, and it hampers the decision-making, the role model availability for aspiring women leaders. Technical fields, wherein, for example, engineering and other technical roles, we see particularly low female participation. Women make up to just 22% of the oil and gas workforce and 32% in renewables, which is even low percentages in technical positions. Overall, women's representation in India's energy sector as well remains quite low, mirroring global trends. So we see in the oil and gas industry, a significant part of India's energy landscape, we see particularly very limited female participation. Recent estimates suggest women make up to about 12% of the workforce on the India's energy sector overall. However, this figure varies across different segments. In the renewable energy sector, we see women participation is slightly higher, reaching around 25% in some subsectors like solar. Traditional fossil fuel industries see lower representation, with women accounting for roughly 10 to 15% of the workforce in the oil and gas industry. And then again, in technical engineering roles, the female participation is less than 5%. Overall, we see massive gaps also in leadership positions, which show even greater disparity, with women occupying less than 10% of the senior positions across the energy sector. You see the same numbers here on the slide. Opportunities versus challenges. We are going to focus a little more, talk a little more about what are the potential opportunities for women here. Now, the energy sector is undergoing rapid transformation, creating new opportunities for women to play pivotal roles in shaping industry's future. Despite historical underrepresentation, we see several factors are driving increased female participation across all the segments of energy landscape. Renewable energy growth, within this segment, we see the expanding renewable energy sector offers a fresh start for gender diversity. Women currently make up to 32% of the renewable energy workforce, higher than in traditional fossil fuel industries. As this sector continues to grow, it presents opportunities for women in engineering, project management, and leadership roles. Energy transition expertise within this area, the global shift towards cleaner energy sources requires diverse skill sets. Women with backgrounds in environmental science, sustainability, and policy are quite well positioned to contribute to strategy development and implementation of energy transition initiatives. Digitalization and technology as well play a great role. As the energy sector embraces digital technologies, new roles are emerging in data analytics, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. These fields often have a more balanced gender representation, providing entry points for women into the energy industry. Leadership and governments in this area, there is increasing awareness of the benefits of diversity in opening up more leadership opportunities for women. Many energy companies are setting targets now for female representation, both on their boards as well as in executive positions, where they are creating pathways for advancements. Entrepreneurship, the energy transition is spurring innovation, they're creating space for new business models. Women entrepreneurs are finding opportunities to launch startups in areas such as energy efficiency, smart grid technologies, and clean energy finance. By embracing all these diversity and creating supportive environments, we can tap into broader talent pool, we can drive innovation that is crucial for navigating the ongoing energy transition. Let's focus a little now on challenges. What are the challenges for women in this sector? There's a lot of gender bias, stereotypes. We also at times have work-life balance issues. There's a serious lack of mentorship and networking opportunities overall, and a lot of safety concern in field-based roles. Now, despite progress, we all know in recent years, women in energy sector continue to face significant hurdles. These challenges persist across various segments of the industry, from traditional oil and gas to renewable energy. Underrepresentation in this area, women make up to only, again, 22% of the oil and gas workforce overall. And this imbalance is even more pronounced in leadership role, again, like we saw earlier, with only 14% of senior management positions overall. Workplace culture, male-dominated environments, these can lead to a lot of unconscious bias and exclusionary practices. This often results in women feeling isolated or undervalued, impacting their career progression and job satisfaction. Work-life balance in this area, the energy sector often demands long hours, we all know that, and remote work, which can disproportionately affect women who may have caregiving responsibilities. We also have a lot of limited access to mentorship, with fewer women in the leadership role. Aspiring female professionals often feel a lack of access to mentors and role models who can guide their career development in the right way. There's also a lot of skill gap that we see. So there's a persistent gender gap in STEM education, which feeds into the energy sector's technical roles. Now, this limits the pipeline of qualified female candidates for many positions. We all know leadership positions are often not organically quite a lot. So again, the funnel even reduces the number of candidates for potential qualified candidates for these positions. There's also a lot of unequal pay. Despite efforts to close this gap, women in energy still face pay parity compared to male counterparts, particularly in more senior roles. Now, some of the key areas where we do see a lot of underrepresentation in the energy sector in particular are, again, leadership and decision making, technical and engineering roles, renewable energy and emerging technologies. So areas like solar, wind, hydrogen, they're doing better, but still there's limited participation in research and development areas. Entrepreneurship and startups, we talked about the limited access to capital and mentorship for women entrepreneurs in clean energy and innovation. And then workforce participation in rural and remote areas. Women's involvement in rural electrification projects, microgrid operations, and decentralized renewable initiatives, it still remains quite low globally. There are safety concerns, mobility constraints, and cultural barriers preventing women to take up field roles in general. We can also do quite better in terms of policy and regulatory bodies. There are quite limited female representation in government energy ministries, regulatory commissions, policy advisory boards, and then international energy forums and climate negotiations overall. Skill development and training program, again, we see massive underrepresentation. There's a lot of inadequate access to skill development, technical training, mentorship program tailored for women in energy. And fewer scholarships and initiatives, encouraging women to pursue energy-focused education and careers. And lastly, we do, again, see a massive wage gap and career progression. Women in the energy sector often face wage disparities compared to male counterparts. There are slower career advancements due to unconscious biases and fewer mentorship opportunities. Now, what is the importance of having female leadership in energy? What is the impact that it carries? There is a massive impact on decision-making and policy, which basically drives innovation and sustainability. They can be big role models for future generation. Female leadership in the energy sector is becoming increasingly crucial as industry navigates complex challenges and rapid transformations. Despite a lot of progress, we still see massive underrepresentation. And this imbalance, again, limits the diverse perspectives, talents essential for driving innovation and growth. Some of the key benefits of female leadership in energy include enhanced decision-making, wherein you can have diverse leadership teams which make better decisions by considering a broader range of viewpoints and experiences. There is a lot of increased innovation when you have women involved in the decision-making. Companies with gender-diverse leaderships are more likely to introduce new products and services according to research. This is crucial for energy transition. There's also a lot of improved financial performance that we see. So studies show that firms with greater gender diversity in leadership tend to outperform their less diverse peers in terms of financial performance. Better stakeholder engagement, we also see female leaders often be bringing different communication styles, different perspectives, which basically helps in enhancing relationships with diverse stakeholders. And there's a massive role model effect. So women in leadership positions, they inspire and mentor the next generation of female energy professionals, creating a positive feedback loop. Now, again, to achieve a lot of meaningful progress, energy companies must prioritize gender diversity in leadership roles through targeted recruitment, mentorship programs, and by embracing the diversity, we can unlock a lot of future potential. Moving forward, coming to the more actionable side of things, we will talk about strategies, how we can overcome these barriers that we talked about. Now, the energy sector continues to grapple with gender diversity challenges. But several strategies can help to overcome barriers and promote women's advancement in the industry. What are these? We can do a lot of targeted recruitment and retention. Energy companies should implement focused recruitment strategies to attract more women, particularly for technical roles. This includes partnering with the universities, offering internships, showcasing female role models. Retention efforts should focus on creating an inclusive workforce culture and addressing work-life balance concerns. We can also have a lot of mentorship and sponsorship programs wherein you establish formal mentorship programs which can provide crucial support for women in navigating their careers. Sponsorship activities where senior leaders actively advocate for high potential women and can be particularly effective in accelerating career progression. This has been specifically been very helpful for me in my career as well, wherein I had mentors who were advocating for me, even in rooms that I wasn't there. So a room full of opportunities. Leadership development, companies should also be focusing a lot on leadership development, investing in leadership training tailored to women's need, and can help build confidence and skills necessary for advancement. This should include programs addressing unconscious bias, promoting inclusive leadership styles, etc. We also need to focus a lot around flexible working arrangements, offering flexible work options such as remote work or adjusted hours that can help attract and retain women who have caregiving responsibilities. This flexibility should be normalized for all employees to avoid stigma. Setting and tracking diversity targets. Companies should also set clear, measurable goals for gender diversity at all levels, including leadership positions. Regular tracking and reporting of progress can drive accountability and highlight areas that need improvement. Companies should also be focusing on addressing pay equity, conducting regular pay audits, and implementing transparent salary structures that can help close the gender gap and promote fairness. STEM education initiatives, wherein we are supporting STEM education programs for girls that can help build a stronger pipeline of female talent for future sector technical roles. And by implementing all these strategies, energy companies can create more inclusive environments that attract and retain diverse talent. This diversity is crucial for driving innovation and navigating the complex challenges of the evolving global energy landscape. Some of the examples that we have seen is with majors like Shell, where the oil and gas giant has made significant strides in gender diversity. Shell as a company aims to have women in 30% of its senior leadership roles by 2025. They've implemented a robust mentorship program and flexible working policies. And as of 2022, women already held 33.8% of the senior leadership positions. Chevron, another US oil major, they've made significant strides again in promoting women in leadership roles. And as per the data in 2022, 30% of Chevron's board and 20% of its executive leadership were women. They've achieved this through targeted recruitment and development programs. These companies demonstrate that with focused efforts, very clear targets, it is possible to make significant progress in gender diversity. And within the sector, these strategies, including mentorship programs, flexible work policies, recruitments, leadership development initiatives, we can have more representation. Several Indian energy companies have also implemented very successful strategies to promote gender equality. And they have overcome barriers for women in their workforce. These efforts are very crucial, again, for evolving India's energy landscape. Some of the examples that I have are Tata Power. Tata Power has set very ambitious targets for gender diversity, aiming to have 25% of women in its workforce by this year. The company offers leadership development programs tailored for women, and they've implemented a back to work initiative to support women returning from career breaks. As of 2022, the women workforce in Tata Group comprised of 12.5%, and this has gone up since then. Indian Oil, we have a government representation here as well. Indian Oil has focused on increasing women's representation in technical roles. The company offers mentorship programs, flexible working arrangements. Women now make up to 8% of IOC's workforce, which is still low. But with growing presence in field operations and leadership positions, they're trying to make it even better. Renew Power, again, a renewable company, has made significant progress in gender diversity. Renew Power aims for 30% of women in its workforce. NTPC again has implemented targeted recruitment strategies to attract more women for technical roles, and now their female workforce is somewhere around 6%. Looking at all these examples, there are companies which have demonstrated focused efforts and clear targets, and they are doing their bit in terms of tackling and attracting more gender diversity into their workforce. But to continue the momentum, Indian energy companies must continue to set ambitious targets, track progress, and adapt their strategies to address evolving challenges in the sector. Call to action. Now, what are the steps we must take? There are steps that companies, governments, and individuals can take to make this better. Now, the energy sector, again, with the rapid growth and evolvement, gender diversity, we saw how it's crucial for driving innovation. The energy sector must be decisive to improve gender diversity, particularly in leadership roles. For companies need to set more clear gender diversity targets. They can implement mentorship programs, training, sponsorship programs for women, and foster an inclusive work culture. For governments, again, there needs to be a lot more focus on enforcing gender diversity, mandates in energy companies and regulatory bodies, increasing funding and support for women entrepreneurs in clean energy, and finally, developing skill building activities, skill building initiatives to encourage female participation. For individuals, what we can do as individuals, industry leaders, advocate for more gender inclusive policies, more leadership opportunities, and mentor and support women who are pursuing careers in this sector. You can challenge biases, promote an inclusive, respectful workplace culture overall. And to drive meaningful change overall, companies need to look at setting ambitious, measurable targets for women representation at all levels. We need to implement a lot of targeted recruitment strategies, establishing a lot of support like mentorship programs, sponsorship programs to support career progression. And overall, having policies like offering flexible working arrangements to improve work-life balance, conducting regular pay audits to ensure equity and transparency. These are some of the strategies that, if we embrace, the energy sector can really tap into broader talent pool, enhancing the decision-making and driving innovation crucial for navigating the ongoing energy transition. The time for action is now. Companies that prioritize gender diversity will be better positioned for tackling the complex challenges facing the industry and capitalizing on emerging opportunities overall in the evolving global energy landscape. So, to join the moment, parting thoughts would be whether by supporting women-led initiatives, pushing for workforce change, or mentoring future leaders, you can basically break the barriers and build a more diverse, innovative, and sustainable energy future. So that's about it from my side. The floor, I would like to open it for questions. If there are any questions, thoughts, comments, I'd welcome you all for those. If not, we can even end the session a little early.